never sever.
And we're going to kick another one off, and this one has been a long time coming with my Ohio brother, Vision Preparedness. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you, bro?
Oh, just trying to stay out of this Ohio crazy weather.
Well, don't worry. Give it about 15 minutes and the weather will change.
Amen. Amen. So I do have to give out a special shout out because uh, I'm a huge networking fan, and I found STP on Facebook, and she goes, "You need to listen to these guys over at Hudson Valley." I said, "Sure." So I go over there, and then they go, "You need to listen to this guy, Vision Preparedness."
Yeah,
So
that's how we all grow. We all grow together.
yes,
You've been in my live streams and I always shout you out. And I'm like, look, y'all need to subscribe to Rule 2IC because he puts out great information.
it's
So
crazy. You're
yeah.
like an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half for me,
Yep.
and I had no idea. And I'm like, man, I'm missing out.
Likewise, because I first saw you in Hudson Valley's channel and he talked about Ohio. I'm like, wait a minute. He's from Ohio? Okay, I need to go check this guy out. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so
Mhm.
unless somebody's been living under a rock and has no idea who you are, tell everybody about you.
Well, I'm Vision Preparedness. I think this is my third year on YouTube, and I've been into emergency preparedness and planning since 2005. Hurricane Katrina really woke me up, and that's when I started. And I got a kickstart right before COVID happened, and I've kicked it in high gear, and I'm not turning back now. We have a company, Vision Preparedness LLC. We are certified instructors in Stop the Bleed. And, we just give good information, trying to share the knowledge of information that I have and that I've actually learned from others like yourself and Hudson Valley and STP and a whole bunch of other people on YouTube. And the preparedness community is the greatest community on YouTube, period.
Yes,
So
100%.
that's about me in a nutshell.
Love it. I love it. And I asked a lot of people that go on, I do kind of these interview styles with, you have so much. You're just like me. You're just this regular, everyday guy. You've got, friends and family. You've got a house. You've got things going on. Why would you ever want to go on YouTube and help people for free?
Well, first of all, I just noticed your T-shirt. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, to me, it's not about making money.
Yes.
And especially on YouTube, as you know, everybody needs to be prepared. I come from a family background of law enforcement, medical, doctors, nurses, medics, med flight medics, all of that. So it's just my niche to do it. And a friend told me when I first started prepping, a very good friend of mine here in Ohio, he said, if you want to learn more, he said, dude, you got to go on YouTube. He said, there are thousands of people on there. And here we are.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you're probably like me, that you're going to jump into a live stream, you'll jump somewhere and you'll see somebody has a channel and you go check them out. And usually pretty quickly you can tell this person is sincere. They're doing it for the right reason. Or they're like, quick, everybody, the sky is falling, buy my new product.
Yeah, we all know those people, and
Yeah.
we make hilarious jokes about those people. So, but yes, you're absolutely right. It doesn't take long to tell if somebody's sincere about it or just there to make money. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. So, one of the questions that I kind of get all the time is people think that you've been doing this for a little while, you have a channel and all this. You are the expert of experts. Is that true?
No, I am an expert of nothing. I'm a jack of all trades, and I learn something every day,
Hmm.
something new, and that's my number one goal when it comes to preparedness. Learn something new
Yes.
daily, and I'll never be an expert. And like my dad used to always tell us, you may not know everything, but know who to go to get the
Hmm.
answer. And I live by that, and I teach my kids the exact same thing.
Yep. And that right there is hashtag networking, folks. Make sure
Yes.
you reach out. Just because I don't, just because Vision doesn't mean that we don't know somebody that can go, hey, I don't, but I know a guy.
Yep. And that's one of my taglines. I got a guy
Hmm.
because I network with everybody. And if somebody says they need this and I don't know, I say, wait a minute, I got a guy, and I'll point them in that direction.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So you've been around the block a little bit on all the preparedness stuff. You have the
Mhm.
COO, who is a valued member of the household and mag, I would have to say. Uh,
Absolutely.
you even got the puppy. So I mean, you are starting to get in there with getting the chickens and all that.
Yep.
How's the household evolving? How's things going?
The household is evolving well. The COO, for those of you that may not know, that's my wife, and I dubbed her the COO because of prizes that I would give away on my channel. I would be late in getting them mailed out, and she literally fired me from product handling and distribution. So that's how she got the nickname the COO. But it's going well. It's falling in line. She's in nursing school
Hmm.
and working full time at a hospital where she was doing one of her interns, or I forget the technical term she called it, during school. They actually came to her and said, we want to hire you now.
Wow.
And we will, help you get your RN and all of that. So she's doing that. She's going to school. She's putting up with me. Your favorite fur nephew is literally laying under the table, sleep.
Well,
So
that's how you know it's an authentic Vision video.
yes, when Cole, when he wakes up, he has to show his face, and he demands to climb up in my lap and wreak havoc on the table because he's a 19-month-old, 160-pound puppy.
Yep. And a lap dog.
Yes, and a lap dog, according to him. But
Yes.
getting chickens in the spring, so I'm trying to prepare the family for this, to let them know this is something else we have to do. I'm clearing some land in the back for the spot for the chicken coop and the fencing and all that stuff. And trust me, I know zero about raising chickens, but I do know that I'm tired of paying $7, $8, $9 a dozen for eggs. So we're going to get our own chickens, and hopefully that'll go well. And hopefully Cole will not eat any of them.
Well, good luck with that one.
Exactly.
It'll
Yeah.
definitely be a fun experience, I think, for you. And I'm sure you'll get antiquated with chicken math and all that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to get any roosters because I don't want to hear the crowing, because they'll end up in the fryer real quick, because it's nice and quiet and solitude out here in rural Ohio. And I'm going to try to keep it that way as much as possible.
I get it. I get it. A
Yeah,
few two cockadoodle doos and it goes off to freezer camp. I see where that goes.
exactly. And I have neighbors, you hear roosters in the distance, and I'm like, good, you keep that over there, and we'll be okay.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it. Well, while I talked to Mike doing his stuff, he
Mm-hmm.
was doing the kind of pre-show on. You came to him about starting up a bug out weekend. So let's go back to the early days of day
Mhm.
one. You were thinking about doing a bug out weekend. How did we get from there to where we are today?
Well, you're absolutely right. I saw Mike in the video of him doing what he called a bug out weekend, and I was like, oh man, that is cool. All these people from all over get together, like minded, and learn stuff and do stuff and build relationships, networks. I said, we need that in Ohio. And
Mhm.
I bugged him. We talked on the phone, emailed, and every time I'd ask him something, he would laugh at me. And he told me, he said, dude, just do it. He said, if
Mhm.
you're the only one that shows up, it was successful.
Mhm.
So the first one we did, well, let me back up. This is our third year doing it. Our first one, we had about 40 people, maybe closer to 50. And so it's grown every year. This is our third year, and we are over the 80-person mark this year,
Wow.
to where our bug out weekend this year is May 15th through the 18th. I had to shut off registration this weekend because our camping spot only allows up to 100 campers.
Mhm.
It's the largest campsite in the metro park that we're going to have. So next year we may have to move it somewhere else in Ohio. But this year we have 80 plus people showing up
Wow.
from all over the country
Mhm.
and out of the country.
Wow.
I was floored. I was just like, you got to be kidding me. You know, in the first 2 years, we would do promotional videos, and I got a guy that's in my group that he's a professional photographer, so we would record promo videos, blah blah blah. We did none of that this year. It was all word of mouth, and you know, we're going to have classes. We have a great guy coming from New York, uh, strategic ETC, that's going to be teaching CPR, AED, first aid for all ages, and bleed control.
Nice.
And if you want, when you know you take the class, you can get certified. So we took care of that. We have other classes slated, but this year we have less classes
Ooh.
because we want people to network and have conversation instead of going from class to class to class. You know, it'll be two classes, one class on Friday and two classes, maybe three classes on Saturday, and some other classes for those not taking the first aid classes on Thursday that'll run simultaneous. And we're going to do that and then let people network, exchange ideas, talk about things, get to know each other. Because I guarantee you there's going to be people that come from the same state that don't know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you build relationships, friendships, and community in the
Yes.
preparedness community.
Yes.
Yeah. And
So,
I'm really, really excited. Um, of course, to meet you there, as well as all the other new people.
oh yeah.
75 to 80% of the people coming this year are new.
Really?
Yes. And I was like, wow,
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
That is. That is. So congratulations on your numbers on that. That's exciting.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
so we'll kick it off. My first year ever coming.
Mhm.
Kind of embarrassed to say that, but I'm also proud to say that. Uh, if I am new, and let's just pretend I'm not me, maybe I have never
Mhm.
camped ever in my
Mhm.
life. I don't know anything about doing this. What do I need to bring?
Well, first of all, you're going to need to bring some type of shelter. Either if you're a hammock guy or a tent guy, you want to bring a tent, even if you don't know how to set it up. Bring your tent. And the whole premise behind Bug Out Weekend is to bring your preparedness gear that either you haven't used or you're not sure how to use it. And somebody there is going to help you. So you're going to want to bring a tent. You're going to want to bring food for the weekend. We have restrooms available and we have water available. If you need some type of cooking apparatus, you need to bring that with you. And you need to bring, if you need power, you may want to look at bringing a solar generator, portable generator, whatever means necessary, and guarantee somebody's going to forget something.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody there will say, oh, well, I got 2 or 3 of them here. You can use this for the weekend. I know it's happened every single year, including myself. So there'll be plenty of people there. And it amazed me the first year how willing everybody was to help each other.
Yes.
I mean, set up tents and get everybody settled at their particular campsite that they chose to camp at. And just, we all just come together and help everybody get settled and ready for an amazing weekend.
Yes. Yes. And that goes to prove the greatest community is the preparedness community. You can be my best friend or a complete stranger. If you need help and you are sincere, what do you need?
Yeah, exactly. And for the content creators that are coming, we encourage taking video footage, live streaming, doing whatever you want. All I ask is you just, hashtag vision preparedness in it and do your thing. And that happens.
I'll accept one time, right?
Yeah.
The Saturday night?
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Late night Saturday, there is a fireside chat where there is no recording, no taping, no nothing. And we just have real world conversations that only take place at the fireside chat.
Love it. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I've been hearing stories. Everybody's been kind of telling me all the different things. So I'm excited. So we'll drill down into a couple of the points. So I went to Walmart, Amazon, the thrift store, and I gathered up some of the things that you were mentioning. So I show up on Thursday. What time can some people start showing up?
We want everybody to, so technically, we can't take the campsite until noon, but we want everybody to show up no earlier than between 10 and 11. Because me and my crew, we got to get there. We got to get set up. We got to get the check-in table ready, put up the banners and all this other stuff. So we don't want folks getting there like super early, 8 or 9 o'clock. Please let us set up and get ready to welcome you. So between 10 and 11, people can start arriving. Check in at the check-in table. You'll see it. You won't be able to miss it. You will get a welcome pack from us that has stuff in it. The only thing I'm going to tell you that is in it is an agenda for the entire weekend. You'll get a breakdown of days and times of when the classes are taking place and everything else.
Okay.
But between 10 and 11 a.m. on Thursday is check-in, and any time after that. And you don't have to be there all 4 days. If you can only come Thursday and Friday, or Friday and Saturday, that you're more than welcome to. You don't have to stay all day, all 4 days, all night. If you can only make it for a day, come for the day. We encourage it.
Excellent. Excellent. So I got my stuff. I show up, I shake your hand. I say, here I am. I'm Mr. Newbie. And then I go to my car, I pick out a spot, and what do I do from there?
We meaning you'll have people help you haul all your gear to your site and set it up and to your liking. And once you're set and comfy, just walk around and meet people. Or you can sit there in your chair and just watch everything unfold. Doesn't matter. Because on Thursday, the only thing that happens on Thursday, normally around 7:30 p.m., we have the welcome from myself and some other people. Of course, Mike always gets preferential treatment, and he will for life, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing it. And I always say it's Mike's fault. That's why we have a bug out weekend in Ohio. It's his fault. So he always, if he's going hammock, he always gets first choice of the 2 trees he wants. If he tents, he gets his choice of whatever campsite he wants. He'll say a few words at bug out weekend at the welcome, and then we just chill Thursday night. First class kicks off Friday morning at 10 a.m.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. So let me backpedal just for a minute
Yep.
and let's go into food, because you just told everybody that there's no electricity. How on earth am I supposed to cook and bring food and things?
Well, everybody understands coolers, and there is stores close by that you can go get ice if you need ice. Normally somebody volunteers to make a trip, and everybody just gives them money and brings back a carload of ice or whatever it may be. Camp stoves. If you have a camp stove that runs on propane or butane, bring it. You can pick up the little 1 burners from Walmart or your local box store, whatever, all day, every day. Some people have asked about fire pits. You can bring a personal fire pit, but it must be raised off the ground. You can't damage the ground whatsoever. And there is a community grill and a big monster community fire pit over by our shelter. We have a shelter house as well that has picnic tables under it that you can use that at any time. But, bring a camp stove, electric burner, whatever it is, and a cooler full of food. I do know that one of my guys will be cooking for everybody Saturday night. Compliments of Devil Dog Prepper. He volunteered to do pulled pork and sides and all this stuff Saturday night. So you folks that are coming, you have one less day to worry about dinner.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. So we've got all that. Water is very big and bulky and heavy. Do I need to bring like 50 gallons of water with me?
You can if you want, but there is well water that's drinkable. And I always bring a case of bottled water just because. But that is palatable. You can drink with it. You can cook with it. If you need to bathe with it, you can. But there is water available. Restrooms are right at our campsite, and the parking lot is literally 10 steps away from our campsite, and there's restrooms right there in the parking lot for men and women.
Excellent. Excellent.
No showers, but there's sinks and toilets and, all that.
And see, that was one of the questions that somebody wanted me to ask is if there was restrooms and how many,
Yeah.
because if we're going to have 80 to 100 people and there's only like 1 or 2 places to go to the bathroom.
So we have a restroom for men and women in our campsite. And literally 3 minutes away, there's other campsites, and those campsites have restrooms as well. So once you get to the park, you'll be like, oh, there's another campsite over there, right there on the other side of the lake or the pond. And there's restrooms always within walking distance.
Perfect.
So you don't have to stand in line at our campsite, but you can venture out and find the other restroom at the other campsites. And there's maps posted at every campsite of how far the other campsite is and the restrooms and all that. The Metro Park is amazing, and there's campsites all over the place.
Perfect.
And for those of you that like to fish, you can bring your fishing gear, and you do not need a Ohio fishing license to fish. So for those fishermen and fisherwomen, you can bring your poles and your bait and fish and don't have to worry about license.
I love it. And see, I even asked Mike, because I hinted a few questions to him for Bug Out Weekend. And they did the whole thing about, there's no shower house. I didn't know if somebody was going to take a dip in the lake or if I was going to wake up to my morning coffee and somebody was going to be at the well pump, taking one of them showers there.
Well, I hope they don't do it at the well pump. The best thing I can say is grab a pack of dude wipes or whatever, if necessary, and go from there.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And so we've got the restroom, we've got the hygiene, we've got water, we've got all that. I did have somebody. I thought it was a little. I won't say odd, but something I didn't think about. They wanted to know if they were to come to an event like this, what should they bring, if anything, for security?
They don't need security. First of all, there are park rangers that constantly are driving, constantly, and the rangers rule, and the rangers don't play. Plus, within our Ohio group, we have our own private security as well. So
Very
we've
nice.
got 2 layers of security, and we got it covered.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yes.
And see, I did a video. I'm doing a couple of different parts on the different things I'm going to bring to Bug Out Weekend because somebody gave me wonderful advice. They said for a bug out bag, it should be no more than 30% of your body mass. And I told them it's a good thing I'm quite big because that's a lot of weight. But one of the things, I bought one of them like $25 wish.com survival in a bag kits. And I cannot wait to test it out. So I think, and I've even challenged Mike to this, I think we're going to have a SHTF fishing contest with these little survival kits and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, good luck. I hope you bought other food just in case.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes.
to be honest with you, during SHTF, I'm not fishing.
Yeah.
And I'm not hunting. I'm not going in the woods looking for deer. That opens up a whole other can of worms of things that could happen and not go well. So during the SHTF, I am not running to the woods or the lake or the pond for anything.
No.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that's what they think is going to be the necessity. And I'm a big proponent of bugging in. You should have everything that you need at your house. You should have a bug out plan just in case.
Yes.
I'm not above fishing or trying to capture a squirrel, but if I don't
Right.
have to, why would I?
Right. Same here. I don't have to, so I'm not. And
Yes.
if I have to, I have had an epic fail in my preparedness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It
I'm not going to worry about it.
takes a lot of time and effort and energy and everything to go try and get a bunny rabbit when I could easily just go pull up some potatoes and I'm good.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm with you. Same thing
Yes.
here.
Perfect. All right. Yes. So I am excited. I did go through and I bought all sorts of MRE style stuff, a whole bunch of different companies. Somebody even sent me a link to Camp Pizza. It is non-refrigerated pizza. So that's going to be very interesting. I'll be making a lot of content over some of these things, as well as I bought the astronaut ice cream and all sorts of wonderful fun things. I don't know why I'm being roped into this, but I am. I am the guinea pig. Um, but if I have all this new stuff, I just went and bought me an Opus, the Oedipus or Exodus 600. I went and bought all this other survival stuff. Maybe I don't know how to do an MRE. Who do I go ask if I need help?
Anybody. There will be tons of people there that can help you navigate survival food. One of our biggest partners is Nutrient Survival. And I'm gonna leave it at that because they always get as excited about Bug Out Weekend as I do. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Solar generators. I'm doing a class Saturday on solar generators and solar panels, and everybody there can help you. You can ask as many questions as you can, and please do, because the only unanswered question is the one that's not asked.
Yes.
Because there's people there that I literally talked about and said, look, I'm doing this class. I need your input. What am I missing? And because, like I said, I'm not an expert on anything. I know enough about a lot of stuff that if I'm thinking about it, I could forget something. And that's exactly what happened. So just ask. If you have questions about stuff you brought, your solar generator, your MREs, whatever, everything, ask. And there'll be 50 people that'll give you information that is useful.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So if I'm going to go to this, and again, I'm brand new, I've never done any of this stuff, I should bring as many redundancies as possible. I should bring 3 of everything just in case, because I've heard that prepping thing, 2 is 1, 1 is none. So I should bring like everything plus the kitchen sink, right?
I'm not. You can if you like, and I learned from the first bug out weekend. That's what I did. I bought the kitchen sink and everything, and half of the stuff I brought I didn't even use or need. So plan accordingly. I mean, bringing 2 of everything may not be a bad idea. But I guarantee you, if there's something you need, somebody there will have it and you can use it. So therefore, you may not need to bring the kitchen sink. You may want to bring an extra spoon or fork and leave the kitchen sink at home, but bring what you need and be comfortable with it. And if you forget something, we forget. We're human beings. This guy right here forgot a whole bunch of stuff that fortunately the COO makes a list of everything we need to take. And we literally, the second year, she made a list. And as I'm packing the truck, she's checking it off. And I'm like, do we have everything that's on the list? She said, yes. I said, get in the truck. Let's go. Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it. That's probably what most people should probably do.
I highly recommend it.
You're not talking about a quick show up Thursday, leave Friday morning. This is a really good test to be out there because one, it'll give you your preparedness. Am I preparing for this the correct way? You're only going to find out is when you go there and you unpack. Do you have everything that you need? What do you need that was too much, not enough? What did you forget? What would you like to have? Because I'm sure somebody may bring a Blue Yeti, and you may have an Opus, and they want to see how yours works.
Yep, exactly. And I say this reluctantly, but I'm bringing every solar generator I have and solar panels, mainly because of the class, because I know folks, we talk about it and they want to actually put hands on it and see it. So I'm bringing them. And you may want to see how it works. I've got a Blue Yeti over here that basically the kids use to charge their phones and tablets and whatever else they need. Yeah. So and that's how you learn. Is by looking at different things, similar but different. Just because it's a different brand, you may learn something about yours as well. So I encourage it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
So you talked about having an itinerary given out. And you sound like you've got a very structured way of getting everything done. What is mandatory? What classes do I absolutely have to attend? What can I attend if I want to?
Man, the only thing that's mandatory is you show up. That's it. Of course, the CPR class is if you signed up for it, there's a $30 fee, which covers overhead and the instructor traveling and blah, blah, blah. All the other classes, if you don't want to attend any of them, you don't have to. You can hang out in your tent or have conversation with people. You don't have to. But I guarantee you, every single class is worth sitting through because I guarantee you're going to learn something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you don't have to attend nothing. You just have to show up.
Oh, I'm bringing my notebook and everything. I am full on ready to go. I've had a few people that when I told them, they were like, "What class are you teaching?" And I was like, "No, no, 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 no. I get to be a participant. This is my first year. I want to be one of the crew and just kind of sit back and see how all this is." There's fun on both sides of the fence, but this is going to be really, really fun to watch you in action, to watch Mike in action, to meet everybody. The amount of people and the amount of knowledge there is just going to be absolutely astounding. That if you come away and you don't make a new friend or you don't learn something new, I don't know what you did there.
Right. Same here. And it's crazy because the first year, that's how the Ohio family was formed. All these people I saw on different channels and go to their channels and talk to them and chat and blah, blah, blah. In the Bugout weekend, it just kind of solidified us.
Mm-hmm.
And we began putting our group together. And it's amazing.
Yeah. Yes.
For like-minded people that live in the same state to be able to come together and be able to depend on each other in a time of need.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
I have been to a few places here and there, gone through classes, gone through overnights and one, whatever. The one thing that always impresses me is I have never once been somewhere where they were against man or woman, black or white, young or old, religion, anything. It was everybody was there for one reason and everybody was hyper focused on that. And it was just fellowship and amazement.
Yes. And that's what you're going to experience at the Bugout weekend. We got people from all walks of life that come together with one thing in mind. And that's awesome.
Yes. Absolutely love this. So you do a Bugout weekend that's coming up here in May, but I also keep hearing rumors that there might be one in the fall.
Allegedly, that could be true. I tend to maybe sometimes have this big picture, and the picture actually gets bigger. So we may have a fall Bugout weekend, depends on the weather, depends on, well, not really the weather, depends on the temperature of the world. I'll say that. That's why I canceled last year's Bugout weekend in the fall, because I wasn't sure, because we had something coming up. And I was like, you know what? My gut's just telling me I think folks just need to stay close to home. So we'll talk about a fall Bugout, which would normally be in the month of October. We'll talk about that after the spring Bugout weekend.
That's right. You got to get through the first one.
Correct.
Oh, I was waiting for the special guest to like pop.
No, he's sitting here looking at me with his paw on my thigh. Every time I take it off, he puts it back up. No, you need to lay down.
He's just waiting for his turn to say hello to the world.
Exactly. And he doesn't always have to get a turn to say hello to the world.
Now, I also heard alleged rumors that he might be there at Bugout weekend.
That is true. Now, if the COO can stay the entire time and doesn't have work or school, Cole will show up at the Bugout weekend.
Nice.
But if she can't, he's going to stay home with her, because if he's there and it's just me, I will get absolutely nothing done. Nothing. Not a thing. Because he will be there and want my attention 100% of the time, like he's doing now, and nothing will get done. So he's going to stay home. He may show up if there's a fall bug out weekend.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, and I skimming through my list here of questions that people wanted me to ask you. This person says that they were unfortunately unable to attend this one. They're looking forward to your next one, but they were curious, is it family friendly, something that you could bring the kids to?
Absolutely. The environment is family oriented, and that's how we're going to keep it, and it will always be. We have people that, they're bringing their kids, and I'm talking, they have little ones like, 6 and 7 and 3 and 4, and they're bringing their kids. And that's the whole thing behind our community. It's family oriented, family friendly. And I can't emphasize that enough, because if unsanctioned shenanigans take place, they will be dealt with swiftly.
Got it. Swiftly. Now, you did put in there unsanctioned. What about sanctioned shenanigans?
Sanctioned shenanigans will be able to take place based on a majority vote.
I love it.
And I have veto power over the whole thing. So, yeah.
I love it. I
Yes.
love it. All right. So we've covered a lot into there. And I've had somebody that was asking about, and it was kind of a caveat. I meant to throw it back on the security question. If they don't want to walk around with, maybe they don't want to walk around with their smartphone all day in their pocket, or the keys to their vehicle, or their wallet or purse or whatnot, is that safe to just leave in their tent where they're going to be at?
Oh, absolutely. We keep an eye on everything. And, there's more than a set of eyes always on everybody's campsite. Of course, if you're going to leave your keys or your phone in your tent, just put them away. Don't leave them out just in case. But yeah, we always are scanning, making sure that nobody that's not their campsite, they're not milling around it without whoever's campsite it is being there.
Very nice.
Yeah. We take care of that and make sure, because we want everybody to be comfortable. And as far as I'm concerned, I treat everybody's campsite like it was my own. I make sure that, hey, wait a minute, are you supposed to be going in that tent, or are you supposed to be looking through that stuff? We don't play that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. And so I wanted to do my due diligence. So as soon as I saw it, I pulled up the address and I got a good peek at the area and whatnot. So if we are there and maybe it's free time in between classes or whatnot, are we free to move around and walk around? And
you can walk around, you can do whatever you like, as long as it's legal and ethical and moral.
Ooh, very nice.
Yes.
I think you shut down half of Mike's extracurricular activities, but
that's okay. He'll get over it. And if he comes to me and says, hey, man, I'm thinking about doing this, I'd be like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I'm sure. Okay, go ahead. Good luck with that. Let me know how it works out for you. Yeah.
Good.
But yeah, stuff. We encourage that. We encourage inner communications and hanging out with folks. And, if you're going to make a run to the store or whatever, that's perfectly fine. Absolutely. It's not, it's not a prison. It's a bug out weekend where we all learn and come together and fellowship together.
Perfect. And so we do have to remember that there is other people going to be there. It is not just a private place, so we probably shouldn't be running around trying to saw off tree limbs and
oh, you cannot. you not only saw, because it's a state metro park, you cannot even remove wood from the woods to bring to your campsite. You can't do it. We have firewood that we took care of and purchased from the park that they will allot it to our campsite. But yes, no damaging of wildlife or nature itself.
Got
No
it.
bringing rocks and picking up stuff and bringing it back to your campsite. Can't do any of that. And if the ranger sees you doing that, he can write you a ticket.
Yep.
And they're always around, seen and unseen. Trust me, they
So
are.
wait, so you are telling me that if Mike and I go have our tournament and I catch a fish and win the tournament, I can't eat the fish?
You can, yes, you can eat the fish. Yeah. Yeah. Fish, that's a whole different story. If you catch a fish, you can either throw it back or you can eat it. Plain and simple. I wouldn't eat their fish, but you're more than welcome to.
No, I'm gonna take and save that clip right there just in case somebody says you have to eat that. Be like, no, no, no. Vision said he wouldn't, so I'm not going to.
Right. Exactly.
Yes, excellent stuff right there. So as people go through and they're walking around and they're doing things in their free time, there is going to be various people there that are content creators. Um,
Mhm.
they can go through and film and live stream and interact and do all that.
Yep. As long as, if they're doing a live stream of somebody else's camp, as long as they have permission that they can film, go right ahead. We encourage it. It's a necessity for content creators because we're all in this together. And, that's good for your channel and good for everybody as a whole. So, yes, all content creators are encouraged to live stream, whether it's a class, whether it's a conversation, or just a particular setup of somebody's campsite you like. Absolutely.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gonna be one of mine. I wanted to get there early. Cross your fingers for me if I can make one more piece of the puzzle fall. I'm going to try and be there one of your first because I really want to watch the people come in and see all the smiling faces and everybody come running up to you.
Well, keep in mind if you show up while the setup crew's there, you're going to become part of the setup crew.
Okay, that's let me.
I know. I see you. I see you. So you're more than welcome to help us set up and prepare and get ready for everybody there.
Perfect. Perfect. I like it. Yes, I want to be able to um I have various things that I would like to check off my list and being helpful beforehand or even cleanup crew afterwards. Whatever I
Mhm.
can do to help you because this is amazing. You're doing it for free, so whatever I can do to help out.
I appreciate that. Trust me, somebody will put you to work. Plain
That's
and simple. May not be me, doesn't have to be me. Some of the other Ohio families say, "Hey, I need you to do this and this and go get that. Can you bring that and that?" Yeah, trust me. There's always something to do.
absolutely never seems to fail when it ever comes to camping. Everybody wants to sit there and think that it's the most boring thing there is, and I'm going,
Oh,
you
no.
must not be camping right.
Correct. Yeah, if you're bored at your campsite, you're not doing something right because there's always something to do. Yeah.
Excellent. So you kind of have some structure. You've got some itinerary of classes starting and ending and things like that. Is there a since it is a park as well? Is a lights out, or you must stay in the area at a certain time in the morning, or
The park technically closes at 11, but because we're at our campsite, when the rangers close the gate, they won't lock it. So what that means is if you're leaving, let's say you want to make a run to the store, which I encourage you do it before 11 p.m. because the rangers will stop you if they see you coming in and opening the gate. But they do close the park at 11 p.m. I think it is. It's either 11 p.m. or midnight. But other than that, you're free to come and go.
excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. So there is no mandatory lights out if I
No,
want to stay up and read till 3 a.m. or if I want to get up at 3 a.m. and go for a morning jog.
you can do that. trust me, you're going to see a whole bunch of folks staying up late.
Oh, this will definitely be a very interesting one because I know that there's people that are morning people, there's people that are night owls, there's
Mm-hmm.
people that are the in-between crowd, and
Mm-hmm.
I happen to be one of the early birds, so
Yeah.
this will be an interesting one for me.
I'm not a morning person, but I get up in the morning because I got to get up in the morning. So, you'll see me get up. Um, and if you're up and out and you speak, I may nod and have an empty coffee cup in my hand, trying to make my way to find some coffee. After I have the first sip, then we can have a conversation and the pleasantries kick in and the day gets started.
I love it. I'm one of those that when the alarm goes off or whatever, I'm out of bed and let's get it done because about 3 o'clock I start.
Right.
Yeah.
Downhill slide.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Excellent, excellent. So I am looking forward to this because this is your third annual one.
Yep.
It's continuing to grow, so I do not foresee this going away anytime soon.
No.
So I look forward to the fourth, fifth, sixth annual and watching it grow and taking a part so early on. So that way, when you get to your 10th year, I get to look back and all the beautiful years you have done.
Well, hopefully, yes, that we'll be able to say we can all look back and say, wow, we're 10 years in. Remember when,
Hmm.
and have those. And the one thing Mike told me, he said, if somebody shows up at your bug out weekend that's from out of state and they want to do this in their state, help them. I
Hmm.
said, absolutely, just like you did me. So if there's anybody out there that wants to do it in their state, you can ask me anything you like on how to do it, what to do, yada, yada, yada. And more than likely, if it doesn't conflict with my schedule, I personally will show up
Ooh, ooh,
and bring people with me to your bug out weekend in your state.
ooh! I like that.
Yeah,
That's good stuff.
because that's exactly what Mike did. The first year he came in with a caravan of people from New Yorkistan, and I was floored. So I have to return the favor and pay it forward.
Excellent. And with our last little bit here, we'll pivot out a little bit because as you said right there on the helping of people, the encouragement of you're not trying to come out here and say no, 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 don't do this. This is my
Mm-mm.
event. This is me. This is me.
No.
All that. You are out there trying to help other people and build them up. And it's absolutely amazing to be able to network and to name drop and channel recommend and all that fun stuff. And I tell you what, it's hats off to you and people like you.
Thank you. And yeah, it's never about me. My whole channel, it's not about me. And when I started my channel, my goal was if I could help one person survive a natural disaster, a man-made disaster, and get through it, I've been successful. And I think I have been successful. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep doing what I do.
Perfect. I like the
Yeah.
answer right there. And so you said you've been on 3 years?
3 years on YouTube. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And I watched, I've seen quite a few. I always ask this for people that's been around for a little while. And plus, you've got a really good deal of subscribers. Have you ever gone back and watched one of your very first videos?
No. And here's why. Um, I've done professional speaking for most
Oh,
of my life.
got
Okay.
it.
And I do not like to hear myself.
Hmm.
I don't know why, but I don't go back and watch my own content. Now, sometimes I'll sit back and play a video or a live stream, and 60 seconds in, I'm like, okay, I'm done with that and turn it off. But I won't go back and watch old content because I did it. Whether it's good or bad is not the choice, because I am my worst critic.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of putting that stress on me, I just leave it alone.
I love it. I love it. So,
Yeah.
but you have that personal experience of public speaking and all that. So, because I've asked quite a few people during interviews to have somebody just come up out of the blue and just hold a microphone. They're like, Mr.
Mhm.
Vision, I have a question. You're completely
Mhm.
comfortable.
Absolutely. And I always have, because my dad was the same way. And I went to so many events that he was talking at and this and that. I'm like, oh, I can do that. And it just came natural. I mean, in my younger days, I've stood in front of crowds of 1,500, 2,000 people and gave a presentation. And just like we're having this now, that's how I am. That's me. Whether we're on camera or in person, I'm going to be me, because that's the only thing I know how to be is me. And I'm going to talk with you, hold a conversation. And if I don't know something, I'll tell you, I don't know, but I know a guy and I'll get the answer for you. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I will admit, every once in a while, maybe every 6 months or so, I'll go back and watch one of them first ones to watch
Mm-hmm.
the horrible editing quality, the nervousness, all that. And then now that I'm a little over 2 years, I am not phased talking to plastic.
Right. And I don't edit. I edit none of my videos except for the intro and the
Yep.
outro. I very rarely edit, because it is what it is. You're going to get the good with the bad. And I'll be like, yeah, you jacked that word up, dude. What are you doing? And keep it moving. But that lets people see the real me, because
Mm,
I'm not perfect and I'm not trying to be perfect. So yeah, I don't edit. I
nice.
refuse to waste the time of editing videos.
Well, and that brings in, because there's two things I wanted to touch on, and we're coming to
Mhm.
close of this. So, one, you have a really amazing opening intro. How did that all come about? What gave you the inspiration? All that.
So I got a guy in my group, Steve. He's a professional photographer, Steve's Creative Sessions. And I went to him, I said, dude, I need an intro and an outro. And he was like, well, what do you want it to be? And blah, blah, blah. And I said, I don't care. So he'd put it together, send it to me. I'm like, nah, I need some more apocalyptic music or something better. And he'll go and do his thing, because he knows me. And he'll put it together and say, here, how's that? I said, now you're talking. And we barter. And sometimes I'll pay him. Sometimes I'll give him stuff that he doesn't have or need. But he does all of my intros and outros. Anytime there's a promo video, majority of the time, he'll do it for me. We have a series called The Time Is Now. We've
Mhm.
done one episode. He videotaped all of that, edited all of that, and put that together. And we just haven't got around to episode 2 yet.
You've got your time, and it's amazing because you are a mind reader. Somehow, that was number two. I wanted to hear it. I wanted to hear the line. And two, what was the? How did you come about that line?
The time is now.
Yes.
So that's our moniker. And I came about it through watching all these different content creators, preppers, conversations, and everybody talks about don't be a procrastinator, get stuff done, do it, this and that. And even a couple of them may have said the time is now, do it now. And that just stuck with me. And I was like, that's it. The time is now.
Yes.
And we incorporated it into the company. It's our tagline we use on everything. And there is no better time than to do it now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I procrastinate on a lot of stuff. And I talk about that. And I talk about making a list and breaking stuff down
Mm-hmm.
into smaller chunks to accomplish the overall goal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what my logo is. It's a checklist with VP on it.
Mm-hmm.
And for the longest, people didn't get it. They didn't understand it. And I think it was Steve that said, that's a checklist. I said, you're right. Absolutely. So now you understand the logo, and the time is now.
Love it. That is absolutely amazing. Good stuff. I like that we kept that all the way to the end. Anybody who stuck around, you guys rock, and you just learn amazing knowledge about vision. So that is amazing. As we close up, um, where in the world can people find your content, contact you, all that?
You can find us on YouTube, Vision Preparedness. We're also on Instagram, Vision Preparedness. You can go to our website, which is visionpreparedness.org, HTTPS, visionpreparedness.org. We got tons of stuff there, products. There's the event for the Bugout weekend information. Registration is closed now. But for those that are registered, if you decide you want to take the health and safety class, you can register there. And that's pretty much it. I don't do a lot of social media. The majority, 99% of our social media is on YouTube. You can also find us on Rumble, Vision Preparedness, all one word. We have a free Patreon channel, Vision Preparedness. That's what I call our document repository. There's a lot of how-tos and downloadable PDFs, videos, and everything of preparedness, plain and simple.
Excellent.
So that's where you can find us.
If I missed it, if somebody has a question for you, how do they get in contact with you?
You can send me an email at visionpreparedness@gmail.com.
Perfect. Absolutely love it. So once again, thank you so much. It is an honor and a pleasure for you to actually come on. It's long overdue. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for having me. We've been working on this for a while and trying to coordinate schedules. And I'm honored that you thought enough about me to have me on your channel, because you put out awesome content, and I appreciate you. And we're in the same state, so we got to stick close.
Very true, very true. So I'm going to let you, if you have anything else that you want to share with anybody before we go.
I will say this, folks. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, click the bell, hit the notifications, and click all. And folks, share this out, because this is how this guy over here grows. Share this out with all your friends. Share it out on your YouTube channel. I don't care if you're a content creator or not, because everybody needs to stay ready so they don't have to get ready.
Absolutely.
And again, thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. If you guys are not subscribed to Vision, I will take and have his link below that you can go and check him out. And please like and subscribe, give him some comments, and say hashtag rural sent you. So that way he knows.
Yes. And thank you.
We are going to wrap it up. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing day and a blessed day. Stay tuned, because there's really good information from the both of us coming up soon. And with that, remember to remain united, because we're all prepping in this together.